Hi there, it's Yanni from Mbrella here. In this video, I will explain you how you can fully use our commute planner. If you're traveling to the office, it doesn't always mean that you take one means of transportation from point A to point B. Sometimes you make different stops. So, how do you correctly register a commuting trip with different waypoints in Umbrella? Let's have a look. First off, you navigate to the calendar in your menu. You click on the date that you want to log your office trip. You see that the Add New Trip module opens. Most of your information will already be pre-filled. The date, your home address, and your office address. Here on the side, you can select your means of transportation. You will see that the distance will be automatically calculated. That's based on Google Maps. And if you're entitled to a kilometer allowance, your total allowance will appear here. So here we're going from my home address in Antwerp to my office in Vilvoorde. Now, how do I do that without walking or cycling 35 kilometers? I'm going to take the train. So I'm going to add a waypoint here to my trip. You see that by default, he will always take your office address as a destination. So we're going to modify each waypoint accordingly. I'm going to search for the right address, which will be Antwerp Central Station. Voilà. Then I'm going to add another waypoint. From Antwerp Central, I'm going to Brussels Central Station. Brussels Central. Let's see. Voilà. In the meantime, what could be convenient is that I store this also as a favorite, and I say, for example, Brussels train. I will select it. And now we have all the stops in my ride. So I'm going from my home address to the station. From the station to the station, I'm obviously taking the train. So I'm going to modify here my means of transportation. And then all I have left to do is just select the means of transportation for my way to the station and from the station to my office address. So to the station, I actually took the kick scooter. I do not get an allowance for that. On the last stop here, I took my bicycle, so I see the correct distance and the allowance I will receive for that. This is my usual trip to the office by train, so I'm going to repeat this automatically on every Thursday because I will regularly go to the office that way. And I'm also going to add this trip to my favorites. Add the trip here, and as you can see, they will be planned on all the next Thursdays as requested. And I also have it here in my favorites list. So if I want, I can just drag and drop it on any other day I made this drive to the office. Here at the top of the calendar, I will see my total commuted distance of the month adding up, as well as my kilometer allowance. So you see that each time you add a trip, here the distance and the amount will be modified. Each trip created here will also generate a line here in the kilometer allowances tab. Voila, that's how you can register a commuting trip by train or with different stops and means of transportation in Umbrella.